The NBA has its bubble. The NHL is playing in hub cities. Some professional sports leagues are isolating teams so they can compete during the coronavirus pandemic. But for college sports, those ideas might not be the right fit. Schools have to overcome a number of issues unique to collegiate athletics.
It's a really complicated issue, and I can tell you there's no common answer to that question.
Among those complications, the fact that the NCAA classifies athletes as amateurs. Until recently, the organization was adamantly against players making money because they don't consider them pro athletes. That's why there's concern about playing in a bubble.
You are restricted for the sole purposes of playing games that are highly commercialized and are going to produce a lot of money for us as universities. That would be very problematic, and no one in college sports wants to do that because then you really are openly admitting that they're employees at that point.
Some of the major conferences are scaling back their schedules, but that still involves groups of people traveling to different states, which increases the risk of contracting the virus. Plus, there's the campus element that factors into all of this.
That even if everyone is careful in the collegiate sports environment as well as in colleges, there are going to be cases of COVID on campus.
That was a concern brought up in a call between Southeastern Conference officials and SEC football players. The Washington Post obtained audio of that call. One player expressed concern about students returning to campus and going to class with others who could unknowingly infect the athletes.
To the credit of a conference like the SEC, they are having this dialogue, with some players. They leaked out. They didn't want it to be leaked out. But I think the fundamental part is that the players aren't hearing the answers of what will make them feel safe.
The NCAA has urged colleges and universities to create plans for athletes to train on campus safely. Among the actions it took, setting up a hotline for athletes to anonymously report institutions that don't follow all of the COVID-19 protocols. Major conferences are still holding out hope. That's because there's a financial incentive. If sports like football don't return,
they are going to face some major financial challenges. And a lot of it is because of the way that they are so addicted, for lack of a better word, to football revenue. That is a huge part of their model, and it pays for everything else. And college sports has a major spending problem.
That cash goes to extravagant facilities and multi-million-dollar coaching salaries. But Solomon says we may see a change in that spending in light of the economic fallout of the pandemic. Austin Kim, Newsy, Chicago.